So we watched all the episodes of Blend S that are out over like 2 days. 8 episodes so far. And yeah.
It sure is a nice solid 5 of mediocrity.
Yeah, so the basic premise is you got a girl who's like super obsessed with anything foreign, and she's like, I need to get a part-time job so I can study abroad. So it basically starts off with her job searching, and she can't find any job because she's got mean eyes. And so she comes back from another failed interview, and she looks resentfully into a window so she can glare at herself in the reflection. And the blonde dude inside just like runs at her. He's like, all right, you got spooky eyes. I need you to work here. And she's like, fuck yeah, job. Even though this dude's super creepy. Because she needs that fucking job. A true millennial story right there. So the joke is at this cafe is that it's like a character cafe. So it's basically a maid cafe, and everyone plays a character. And they're like, we need a sadistic character, and since you have mean eyes, that's you. And the joke, like you get the joke immediately. They're the opposite of what they play. So she's like a mean girl, but she's actually really nice, even though she's mean to the customers by trying to be nice. It's really dumb.
It is super dumb.
You know, it's fun enough, but every single character is, I'm the opposite of the character I play. Tee-hee, isn't that cute? It's, yeah. So it's working with the gimmick, but also worse than working.
This is true. Because, like, at least working could, hold your attention for a while. You don't just, like, pull out your phone and start shitposting on Twitter because the show just bores you. At one point...
I'd do that with working. Working's pretty uninteresting.
Yeah.
So, over the first and second episodes, it was pretty clear that this was a studio that had like 3 other anime airing this season, and this is like their C team. And I looked it up, and sure enough, A1 has 2 other shows airing.
Idolmaster, Cinderella Girls, and
it's
Fate
not
Idolmaster,
Cinderella Girls. It's Idolmaster Side M.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's got the pretty boys in it that look exactly like the boys in this.
This is true.
Who look completely like every other anime boy ever. Yeah, so it's Idolmaster Side M, the latter half of Fate Apocrypha, and this. And it's so clear it's C-Team. Like, they've had like maybe 2 shots that were inventive or creative at all, and everything else has just been shot in the most boring like way possible. And whatever, that's fine, but not even the backgrounds have anything going for them. Like, they use the same ones over and over they're only impressive when the background is the whole point. Like, on one episode, he turns it into like a jungle theme, and there's just a bunch of foliage everywhere, and the joke is that the employees get lost in the cafe.
See, that was funny. They need more jokes like that, where you laugh instead of just kind of going, heh.
No, it was. I found that completely like boring and dumb. But oh boy, that boss is so over the top! Yay! So, episode 2 has like, it's so hard to keep track of the episodes because I didn't even realize this until we looked it up. But it's adapted from a 4-coma, which explains why it feels like Lucky Star with like a 1/5 of the charm. It's, yeah, that's how it feels. Lucky Star, but with a 10th of the charm. Did I say a 5th?
He said a 5th.
I don't know. I said a 10th at first when I was watching it, but then there was enough that made it like a 5th as fun as Lucky Star. but it's really drags on. Episode 2, there's a competition to see. So like every season they make a seasonal menu, and the most popular one gets on the normal menu. So they break them off into teams to do so.
I have two, and it's like the girl who plays a little sister character who's just deadpan most of the time, and the girl who's the sadist, but is actually like trying to be a nice person who isn't a sadist.
Oh yeah, the little girl who plays the little sister character is the oldest one. She's a college student. She drinks. It's adorable. But when she's first introduced, she's really the mean sadist character, but then afterwards she just turns into a boring sack of nothing.
Yeah.
I guess you can kind of say that about everyone, because either in the second or maybe third episode they go on this thing where they train her to be more sadistic, and then they like reveal her and she's like a fucking dominatrix.
Like from like light sadism to joking sadism to just like full on fetish sadism.
Yeah, she's in like a leather thing. She has a whip and everything. Like, we can't unleash this onto the customers. And then after that, it like defaults back to her being even less of a sadist than she was accidentally when she first started. It doesn't. They forget that they're supposed to be in character, and maybe part of that's like from the 4 coma thing where it's just set up as one shots, and as they were making those little one shots last for any period of time, they just completely forgot to have any sense of progression, or even what they first established them to be. It's in a thing where they're supposed to be a character, but then the opposite of that character. It's really dumb that they forget to make them have any character whatsoever.
Yeah.
And they just dissolve into nothing.
Like, I think the only one who actually keeps his character and stays in character and doesn't falter back is the manager. And his entire character is that he's just a goofy Italian man who gets nosebleeds. He's like,
oh yeah,
he's like harem protagonist.
I'm so mad because it introduces him as Italian, and some of like the title cards in like the middle and everything have like Italian on them. But whenever at one point they have him speaking English. I think it's episode 2. They have him speaking English to a foreign customer in the cafe. Obviously, a Japanese guy doing some crude mockery pantomime of what English is supposed to be, and the girl is just like watching them. But if you want him to be Italian, fine. If you want him to be a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Italian, fine. If you want him to speak English, fine. But whenever this character emotes, they do it in comical English interjections, where he'll just like say something and be like, "Wow!" I did that more like I'm making fun of a French person speaking English, like "les super mega cool," but it just feels really fucking dumb. He just constantly emotes in English, and it's like, this guy's obviously supposed to be American or something. I don't know why they said he's Italian.
Like
they can
fucking Italian.
They can write in Italian on the end cards, but they can't have him say 2 words of Italian at any point. I think at one point in the cafe, like, it shows like him that he's made spaghetti, because there's spaghetti at one point. I don't think there was any reason for there to be spaghetti, but there was spaghetti.
Because he's
like
Italian,
in the shot, like
spaghetti.
Like, obviously this is here for some kind of reason, but I don't want to think about that because the reason's probably fucking stupid.
Some dumb sight gag that you're not even supposed to catch.
I mean, obviously you're supposed to catch it because they literally say spaghetti, and like it shows the spaghetti for a solid minute. But yeah, it's what the fuck was that? Oh yeah, in episode 3. Wait, we never finished episode 2. Episode 2, they make a parfait, but she puts a bunch of fucking ingredients she just finds.
It's basically
it's like
every
vinegar.
palatable flavor.
It's like vinegar I don't fucking know what the second one was. Let's say pickle brine, and then it was fucking Tabasco sauce, and she just like keeps recommending it to her customers, and they eat it, and it's fucking awful. And then she's like, "Ah, oh, how'd you like it?" And she's like trying to be nice, but she just has like a permanent fucking bitch face. So they just like look at her, and it's like, "Oh my god, she fed us this awful, fucking terrible thing," and she just has a goddamn smile on her face. But yeah, in episode 3, they find a porno mag, and one of the characters gets scarred for it, and like the entire show is just, what are we gonna do with this porno mag? The guy who works in the kitchen, who isn't the manager, the second guy, he's like, "Oh my god, that's a very rare book from this event, in by a author that I really fucking love. Also, I don't have a girlfriend." That's a throwaway gag, but it will probably become important later.
And it does.
I'm not sure it does, but like
he hits on the fucking girl who plays the Tsundere character all the time. They like flirt with each other constantly.
That's later. But yeah. So the whole episode revolves around this. At the end, they're like, let's put up a thing. It's like that they left like a self-published book or whatever here, so they leave it. Some bitch comes back. It's girl with glasses. She's not only a pervert, but she's the writer, so she's like a super fucking pervert. Oh, it's about bondage too. This is why they did the thing where they teach her how to be a dominatrix, because of a bondage porn mag.
This is true.
I may be misremembering that, but it's more hilarious in my head like that.
It was like a schoolgirl in a sailor uniform, fucking tied up.
Yeah, but yeah, she's like, y'all are looking for help too? Let me work here. And it's like, why? It's like, oh, because it seems fun, and you already know my shit, so it won't be tense or anything, and also I need all this time off before events and before deadlines and shit, so I can write porn. And he's like, okay, that's cool. But, yeah, and she makes the show, fun, because she uses it for life study for her dojins. And she is openly perverse instead of hiding it behind a veneer of whatever.
Yeah, like one episode, she's just walking up doing perverted shit with bananas. It's great.
I think my favorite part is she's the older sister character.
She is the older sister character.
You know, because she's a super pervert, but
wholesome older sister.
Oh no, wait, it's because she's like the sadistic one, because she's into tying people up and shit. And like but yeah, she's like kindly and caters to like younger the hang on, about to sneeze. Guess not. But she like caters to people from like the older sister position, even though she's kind of like supposed to be like a sadisty character, but the only real reason she's established as that is because she ties people up, or would like to. But at one point, when she's talking about taking experience or taking ideas from them as like a life drawing thing, she's just like doing something, and it shows a partly imagined cutaway where she's like interacting with someone, and then it like comes out and it's just like a fucking featureless doll. And it's just like, where'd you get that they called it something, but it was like a courtroom molestation doll. It was amazing. I love it.
Where did Mr. Yamato touch you? Show us in this doll.
Yeah. That was episode 4. Episode 5 is, so they get locked in because the manager needs to walk beautiful Japanese girl that he fetishizes as she fetishizes him to the station. And so he walks her to the station, but locks in 2 of the employees because they were too busy playing
Idolmaster, hiding behind the table.
And let me tell you right here that this show is fucking garbage, and this was the moment that it became garbage because they were playing Idolmaster and not Love Live School Idol Fest. Okay, it was a fucking Idolmaster lookalike, and you know that anyone with any taste would be playing Love Live School Idol Fest, but the only reason they weren't is because A1 are the people who like have all the anime licenses for Idolmaster. So, you know, fuck us if we don't use Idolmaster in this, even though we know for a fact that anyone would rather be playing Love Live School Idol Fest. Fuck Idolmaster. And fuck all of you listening who prefer Idolmaster to Love Live. That was just, you know, I just had to say that as an aside. But oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
I don't even think... This was definitely after the glasses lady was introduced. I can't even remember any of their goddamn names. I can't be bothered.
I know Micah is the fucking Japanese sadistic girl. I don't know anyone else.
Are you sure Micah's not the blonde-haired girl?
No, Micah's not the blonde-haired girl.
Okay.
Because I only know Micah's name because her sister's name is Aika, which is just Micah without an M.
Oh, yeah.
Because her sister was a better designed character and I like her better.
Yeah, but he walks her home in the rain. She gets sick. They threaten foreign guys' figures for locking them in. And he's like, oh shit, gotta hide them figures. I have a vague sense of dread about my figures. After which she gets sick. Guy despairs that he didn't also walk her home. And they go visit her at her house. And that at her house they have the first gag with the manager going to prison. Because they're trying to figure out how to alert them that they're there because there's no doorbell. And they're running around for a doorbell or whatever that doesn't exist. And then the cop comes. He's like, "What's going on?" And he tries to take blonde-haired guy away, maybe. And then the sister opens the door. And they have a beautiful Japanese mansion house, and they think manager guy is her boyfriend. So they bring him a bunch of tea. And like he just has like 8 cups in front of him, and she explains all the cups, and it's like, this is going to be like that one episode of American Dad where fucking Steve fucks up his relationship with Toshi, and he goes to their house where he challenges him to a duel or to apologize. It's like, okay, and she puts a bunch of teacups in front of him. It's like, each of these represents an ancient Japanese like duel or whatever. He's like, I see. Just takes one, just drinks it. It is decided. Wait, what was that? And it's I expected it to be that scene, but of course, I guess we're supposed to be clued into some kind of cultural idea if we were in the target audience for this. But he's just like, oh no, it will insult them if I don't drink all of them. So he immediately drinks all of them. She's like, all right, let me get even more. Comes back, it's like oh fuck, drinks the rest of it too. And she's like, all right, then we have snacks. And she brings in, and they're rice crackers.
They're extra hard rice crackers.
And it's like, these are a lot like Western snacks, which is obviously in reference to potato chips or whatever. And I have to reference another fucking awful Seth MacFarlane cartoon with one of the Family Guy cutaways where it's like those awful rice crackers, and he just like eats it and just fucking bleeds from his teeth and shit, and then it just cuts away to China. It's like, haha, we know you do not like our rice cakes, and it's like yeah, everyone fucking knows rice cakes and rice crackers are shitty. Even the people who make them is like fucking cultural products know that they're awful.
They're crumbly, they get stuck in the back of your throat, they're fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
You chew them 4 times and they have the consistency of fucking wet cum. It's terrible.
Nice. But the next 2 episodes are they basically tell you straight up that this is a 4 coma. Like, and if I hadn't looked it up at this point, this is where I would have known. Because episode 5, actually maybe episode 6. Episode 6 is a vacation that they all take as like co-workers at a little river. And then the 7th one is the beach episode. And it's prompted because on the way back, Micah says something about the beach. Maybe that she's never been to the beach or something. And he's like, well, if you want, next time we can go to the beach. As like a group again. Because I'm not creepy. Oh yeah, he gets nosebleeds and shit too, which is the worst cliche that
anything ever has.
Like, I wouldn't even know if that it was a cliche, except that it's a stupid meme. Because it seems that, like, the only shows that have that are, like, a very specific kind of show that I don't normally watch. Like, and not even, like, nosebleed, like, oh no, I have a concussion, some unseen force just fucking hit me like a truck and now I've had to fall over. Nosebleeds, it's, yeah, this is a meme of a fucking show.
It is.
Not even, like, a good meme. It's like, this is, like, really popular on Reddit and maybe 4chan, and it is, like, so Reddit anime. It's like, look at all of these dumb character tropes. Oh, but what? They're the opposite of their trope in their real character, which is also a trope. And oh, look, nosebleed. It also gives me like a vague Ouran High School Host Club vibe. It's like that working and then like really far removed from Lucky Star. And like all of those things just combine into some weird Franken mishmash that I don't care about at all because it's a worse version of everything else I could watch.
Just mediocrity.
Yeah. I mentioned like it had very uninventive like shots and everything, and they only had 2 that I actually thought were inventive at all or creative or like were just interesting in any way, shape, or form. And like the director for this, it's his directorial debut.
He just did a bunch of like
he's a key animator.
Key animation.
He's a key animator, but like they just put him on like the C team just to like whatever, we don't really care about this. And it's really weird that it's as popular as it is. I don't get it. I don't get half of like the anime of the season things. But this just seems like the least substantive anime of the season that I've ever experienced in my kind of vaguely following people who follow the seasonal thing. I don't get how there's any interest at all in this, but at the same time it also seems like a very Reddit anime, so I don't know. I don't. Okay. I don't get it. But the river episode 6, has definitely the worst gag in it ever. And this also kind of feels like a Reddit thing, like a real life meeting thing. And they have half of the members of the group who are like, oh yeah, we're out in the fucking river and shit. Hell yeah, this is cool. And then the other 3 are like, outside. We're inside people. Like, okay, let me tell you something. Those people don't fucking exist. Like, indoor people, yeah, they exist. But taking like a break, little vacation thing for like one day, for like half a day, just going out like in the fucking woods and like the river right here just to fucking eat food and shit and hang out. No one's going to be like a little bitch about that and be like, I'm inside. Like, you're not getting dragged on by your parents. This isn't like a mandatory fucking work excursion that you're going to get booted out of the goddamn company for. It's just like, yeah, let's go do this thing.
Let's go bullshit and hang out and drink by this river. It's like, yeah.
And fucking, Italian guy barbecues. And, you know, barbecue is a thing that, like, is just a very widespread thing that exists and is a thing. But it feels like they're trying so hard to make this dude fucking American when... Just make him American. Like, I don't care what this fucking Forcoma has him be. I don't give a shit. I don't think anyone watching gives a shit. Like, just make him American. Because you want to. We know you want to. I'm watching this show. You're making this show. You know you haven't made him do anything Italian. There's spaghetti. He has spaghetti in the break room at one point, and he has the Italian and Japanese flag intertwined for like a few frames, and it's one of the only inventive shots, and I love how it displays his weird affection for this girl like obsessively, and that's you know. Oh wait, there were pancakes. There were flags in the pancakes, but my point still stands. It's yeah. Seventh is the beach episode, and it's a beach episode.
It's one of the funner episodes in the series because it just does beach stuff.
Yeah, which is also why we don't need to talk about it because it's a fucking beach episode.
This is true.
And at the end of it, they're like, "We need another employee." I thought the employee wanted thing was still out because we wanted more than the first employee the first time. We wanted like 2, so now we can get a second employee. And yeah, so let's put it out again. At the end of the episode, shows this silver-haired kid walking up to it and being like, "This looks like a place that I can put my cuteness to work." So then, oh yeah, the silver-haired kid's the one on the opening. So it's like, yeah, they get it. We've probably understood the meme by the meme opening things so far. Oh, by the way. The little meme for the meme opening, that's cool. I enjoy that meme. It's fun.
It's a fun meme. Like it's actually enjoyable. It's
Smile.
The only reason I'm watching the show.
Smile, sweet, sadistic, surprise, John Cena.
No, it's smile, sweet.
I don't give a fuck.
Sadistic.
I like the meme.
Service.
I don't care.
Spanish Inquisition.
I don't care about the fucking meme format. I just know I find it amusing. But yeah, so the character comes in there. Oh, beforehand, there's a big thing like the kitchen guy's like, "I want a fucking guy so we can work in a kitchen because I do everything in the kitchen alone." And the manager's like, "What are you talking about? I help in there. You fucking sleep all day. Fuck you." And he's like, "Nah, I think we want more wait staff for, you know, when it gets super busy." And it's like, "Oh, well, if it's wait staff, I don't care if it's a girl or a guy. Y'all can fuck off or whatever." So next episode comes around, he's fucking interviewing this new guy, and he's like, "I don't know. I don't think I want to hire you." And it's like, "Why not?" And I think they somehow rope them into like a trial thing for the day. They like give him Micah's uniform, and they're an Idol character. And the one guy's like, I don't know. Idol already seems kind of like the little sister or whatever. This might be redundant. But then they're super amazing at the Idol in the customer service thing. It's like, yeah, why not? We'll do it. Whatever.
Yeah, we'll hire him.
And then
her.
And then like fucking later in the episode, you just hear like screams from the changing room or employee room, and they run in.
Character.
I don't know. It might have been either of them. They're really high pitched. I can't really tell, but like the guys run in, and it's like it's a roach, and the roach is just like scurrying across the floor. It comes to like the new character, and they just like fucking smash it with their fucking glove and like throw it out the window. And they're like, "Wow, that was so manly of you, character whose name I can't remember because I literally can't remember a single character's name in the entire show." And it's like, well, cool, you know. And then like the fucking guy, the manager who's like in charge of hiring, it's like, yeah, that's one thing about it. That there, they are a man. And then like, of course, the fucking otaku fucking porn characters like, oh my god, you're an otoko noko, but the subs for this one was femboy, which
motherfuckers.
There's
greasy, slimy motherfuckers at Crunchyroll.
which
Use the fucking term.
There's been a big debate over trap, and without going into that debate, femboy, that's like a fucking porn term. That's like a fucking porn term that, like, I mean, that's a fine thing to sub that with, because that seems like a term that a doujin artist or like a fucking porn person would use, but like that's like the kind of porn term that like even your fucking like your ignorant uncle wouldn't fucking know, that like wouldn't come out of his mouth. That's like a term that would come from the mouth of someone who like is looking this shit up and is just like fetishizing this kind of thing, and that's kind of weird. But yeah, so that's fun. And then the rest of the episode is otaku character finds them out on a normal day in the city, and they're like, you need to see me as like a package with me and my outfits, but it's so hard to find a good outfit. And she's like, I will help you find an outfit. And it's fun, and they go shopping, and at one point the new character that too. And at one point, the new character goes to the bathroom, and he's headed to the girl's bathroom, and the girl grabs, is like, no, you go to the other bathroom. So he's like, fine. So he goes to the men's bathroom, and then they have a bunch of like guys in suits walk out, and they're like, was that the men's bathroom? I thought that was the men's bathroom. And it's like, okay, yeah. But I would like to again reiterate how Reddit this anime is. Also the boy's backstory is he wants to be an idol, but his parents don't get it, and if he doesn't
works at a farm,
and if he doesn't make it big as an idol, he has to inherit the farm, and he's like, that's gay shit right there. And
I don't want to work at the damn farm.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, so that's about it. It's fucking boring. I couldn't recommend it to anyone on earth. But if you're a Redditor who's like super obsessed with Reddit style anime,
if you
like,
have no taste and also browse Reddit, this is the anime for you.
Yeah, if you watch things to eat your time, if you watch things just so you can engage with a bunch of turds on the internet who engage about currently airing shows, yeah, watch it. If you've seen Working, if you've seen Ouran High School Host Club, if you've seen
Lucky Star,
any 4-koma with any kind of any 4-koma slice of life anime with any kind of charm, don't watch this, because all of those things were more valuable for you than this Franken monster of a show.
Fucking amalgamation of like 6 different shows. Yeah,
it really does feel like that. Like, I don't even know why I relate it at all to Ouran High School Host Club, but I do, and I don't know. But yeah, that's fucking Blend-S, the anime of the season that everyone will forget about immediately. Alright, see you next time.